Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome back to Good Morning with Misti B. That's me. Yay. So do you guys love my natural blonde fro? I do love it, but I have to tell you, it takes work sometimes, right? So especially being on television every morning, I am that girl that is like twisting up her hair every night. How sexy is that at nighttime? Anyway, that is what I do. And today's guest is here. She flew in from Atlanta, Georgia to come see me to talk about hair products, a brand that she has launched that is absolutely amazing from what I can tell thus far. And I look forward to sharing with you. We are going to be right back with today's guest after this break.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $319 a month. The new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $399 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase either and enjoy 1.9% APR for 60 months plus bonus cash. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. In the studio with me today, I have Miss Mary Lee Joshua. She is the CEO and co-founder of Arganics. Now, Mary Lee, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So I read something about you that really piqued my, before I say that, thank you for coming all the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you. This is my first time to be in Houston in, I don't know, since I was little. So
really?
Thank you for having me.
How are these H-Town streets treating you?
They've been a little rough so far.
Traffic?
But the traffic, girl.
You're from Atlanta. You know.
But I wasn't ready. I thought we were the only ones that had that kind of traffic. But apparently it's nationwide. So now I know.
Too funny. Okay, so talk to me. I read something about you that really piqued my interest, and I hadn't heard of this in a very long time. Can you guess what it was? That really like, oh, that's who she is?
ISO Plus.
ISO Plus.
Yes.
I haven't seen, heard. I was like, oh my gosh. So your grandfather founded ISO Plus, correct?
Yes, my grandfather started ISO Plus, started selling it out of the back of his car, and he built it into really what it is now. But unfortunately, we ended up selling that company whenever he passed away.
Okay.
Just some different things happened. But yeah, he started that and taught me everything that I know really about the hair care industry and what it takes to be a long-standing, tried and true brand in this industry.
Okay, so tell me about your start into launching Arganics.
All right, so it starts back to ISO Plus.
Okay.
Growing up, I knew that hair care was what I wanted to do. That was our family business. I saw my mom, my dad, my grandfather, all of us working in hair care and being able to give people the hair of their life. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So when my grandfather unfortunately passed away in 2005 and we ended up having to sell the company, I was like, wait a minute, but this is what I want to do. This is not the end of the road for me. So my mom, her twin sister, my Aunt Mary, and we started NexSheen Organics because we were like, okay, if this is your dream and this is, what we want to do, then let's all pour into this and create this baby. And so that's what we did.
And you created it in 2005 after your grandfather passed?
Yes, so we actually created it in 2010 is when we officially launched. So 2009, 2010 period. It took us a little bit of time, to think of the right name and the right ingredients and, make sure that we had we call it our magic marriage of oils, which is the extra virgin olive oil and argan oil. So it was figuring that out and finding the right balance and mix so that it delivers on the promise of the hair of your life, because we didn't want to just be a product that's just putting something out there just for the sake of putting something out there and taking everybody's coins, because as far as I'm concerned, we don't have any money to waste.
Because the black hair product industry is how many It's millions or billions?
Billions.
Yeah, I was gonna
with
say, I know
a
it's a
capital B.
Capital B.
With a
B as in
capital
boy.
B. Yes.
Wow. Lots
Yes.
of money. Okay, so let's talk about the products. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Are the products for people like me, my hair, or natural, or people like you with relaxed hair?
It is for both kinds of hair.
Okay.
Including wigs and weaves. Because the one thing is that hair is hair, right? It just depends on how it's growing out of our scalp as to how we're going to treat it. But one thing that's never going to go out of style is healthy hair, right? So it doesn't matter if it's natural, if it's relaxed, or even if it's a wig or a weave, because a lot of times it's a natural human hair wig or weave that we're wearing these days. It still has to be healthy. So the good thing about our products is that it doesn't matter your hair type or texture. It's still going to give you the vitamin A, the vitamin E, or different omegas and fatty acids that you need to really strengthen the integrity of your hair strand, regardless if it's curly or if it's straight or if it's wavy or short, long, whatever.
I love that. So let's talk about this because a lot of products have alcohol. Your products have, I read on the label, they don't have any alcohol in them, right?
Yes, no, they do not. Especially like our edge smoothing gel is our #1 seller, and everybody is all into these edge controls and edge gels, but they have alcohol in it. So they're drying out the hair, people's hair is turning white, it's starting to lift all crazy and do all these adverse things. So we were very diligent to make sure that that gel does not have any alcohol in it, because there are certain things that you want your gel to do and the results that you want. And if you have alcohol in it, it's just not going to do what you want.
Okay, so I have to tell you this. So you're talking about Houston. You're from Atlanta. So one thing I know you've noticed is our humidity.
Yes.
So I've been guilty of wanting to do a twist out and using some, I ain't gonna call their name, Eco Gel. But it said alcohol free, right? So I take it to my stylist, and she's like, "Your hair is drying. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing my regular twist outs." And she's like, "Are you using products with alcohol?" No, I'm not. That thing had alcohol in it. Right, and the label said alcohol free, so that's on me. My background is in marketing. I should have known better that people use keywords, but the fact that it dries out your hair so much, and the reason I was doing it was because of the humidity.
Yeah,
Mary Lee, in Houston, you could, I can have a twist out at 9 a.m. and at noon I could have a 1970s.
Yeah. So, and that's, I'm from Arkansas. So our humidity is not as bad as y'all's is here. And in Atlanta, it's not quite as bad as it is here either. But in the South, we have a humidity blanket that just sits on top of us. So the one thing, especially like with our hair serum, I was very diligent to make sure that it's going to seal that hair cuticle and keep that moisture out. Because the last thing that you want, like you say, is to go out looking one way and come home and you look and you're like, wait a minute, nobody told me. Like, I thought I was cute, but you weren't cute.
So what are some fun things? Oh, what some big breaks that you guys have gotten?
Oh my gosh. So just in January, I recently launched into Walmart. So I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It is like 10 years in the making. We are in over 250 Walmart stores.
Oh, wow.
That is just amazing.
That is amazing.
It took a long time getting there, but we're there, and we're just so thankful for that. So that is like our biggest anything that's happening right now.
Let's talk about that though, because I'm an entrepreneur as well.
Yes.
And sometimes, you see this amazing success. You see now that Mary Lee is in Walmart. How long did it take?
It took 11 years to get in there, and it's still,
I'm sorry, pause. How many years?
11 years.
11?
11.
Consistently nurturing that relationship.
Yes.
Wow.
Nurturing that relationship, nurturing my brand, because the one thing too is social media stuff makes everybody think everything is instant.
Yeah.
Things are not instant. It takes time, it takes effort. And, entrepreneurship is not easy. And, the internet has everybody, the internet has everybody thinking that it is this.
The internet.
The internet has thinking that it is easy. And it is tough out here in these streets. And so it's, pouring into my brand, sampling, nurturing it. Also, understanding people have to recognize it somewhat, because it's not just going to sell itself.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know, in retail, you can get it on the shelf, but if it doesn't sell, baby, guess who's buying it back? Me.
Ooh.
So it's not cheap.
And product placement. Let's talk about that part.
Yes.
Right. So to have that extra space shelf where you're at eye level.
It's not free. And it ain't cheap.
I didn't know that's one of the jobs I had, but yes,
yeah,
it's
like
not.
you pay for that slot. You pay for that space.
Don't you dare have an end cap at the end of the aisle.
Ooh.
How much is that? Anyway.
Sorry, I know this look. Sorry.
So tell me this. Beauty. So during that 11-year journey, this is what I'm interested in. What were you doing? Where were you selling before Walmart?
In the beauty supply stores mostly.
Okay.
So, thankfully, we have distributors that are set up all over the country, and they help us to redistribute into these beauty supply stores. So it is being just feet on the ground, going into these beauty supply stores, doing a lot of sampling, pulling that merchandise through, telling people, hey, you can go to your neighborhood store and get it. If you don't find it, please ask for it, help us pull that merchandise through. And there are a few small retail chains that maybe pick us up through distributors, especially like on the East Coast, but it's mostly just in our normal neighborhood beauty supply store, which is where we all go to get our products, to find the newest thing. So it was like, okay, first you gotta wrap that up, and then you can look at trying to approach some of these retailers once you know that you have a product that people know and that they trust and that they're looking for.
So you said y'all were doing samples in the beauty supply stores?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean? Like you were doing twist outs or?
Oh, so yeah. So I do that too. I do live demos. We had this event called a braidathon one time in Louisville, Kentucky. This was pre-pandemic. So now that pandemic is kind of over, we're excited for the next one. But I would have braiders in there and just doing free hair, showing people how to do hair. We do, so I manufacture in the U.S. and also in South Africa. I don't know if I told you that part.
South Africa as well?
In South Africa as well. So when I tell you we've been doing, feet on the ground in South Africa, we call it taking it to the streets, where we were literally, we had a homemade like shampoo bowl on the side of the street, and we were just showing people how to use our products, because one of the misconceptions.
Wait, I need you to hold that thought. We have to go to break, but we're going to talk about that, guys. We're going to be right back right after this break.
Up at Ron Carter Cadillac with the new 2021 XT6 luxury collection with standard third row seating for just $459 a month for 39-month lease with only $1 down, or purchase and receive 1.9% APR for 60 months plus $2,500 bonus cash. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Test drive the new 2021 Escalade today at Ron Carter Cadillac.
Smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
I'm a part of the prenatal care club now, taking all my STD tests.
Did you know your doctor's required by law to test you 3 times for syphilis and HIV?
Yes, my husband and I are making sure I get all 3 tests.
Good. Testing is the key to preventing congenital syphilis.
And good prenatal care is your first labor of love.
Glad to hear your husband is so involved.
Thank you. Yes, taking all my STD tests for syphilis is important to both of us. My prenatal promise is to prevent a stillbirth or miscarriage. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I still have Mary Lee in the studio with me, and we're going deep into this stuff with hair. Now, what was happening in South Africa with the... What?
With our taking it to the streets is what we call it.
Okay.
So we were literally going and setting up shop on the side of the road, because what we learned is that our South African sisters do not believe that we have the same hair.
Really?
They think that our hair is totally different. So we realized the only way to combat that and let them know we all have the same hair, it's just the quality of the products that we're using. We realized we have to do hair live and in person in front of their face. So we literally built a portable bowl. When I tell you I was cutting, blow drying, flat ironing, everything on the side of the street, and we brought our technician from the US over with us, who has been with me since the IsoPlus days. So she's our star technician, done all of our print campaigns. And she went over there and was showing people we all have the same hair. It's just the quality of the products that we're using. It's just the technique. So we also were going over there and doing free training for all of the stylists over there, so that they could also learn and empower each other, because our hair is our crown, right? And if we look good, then we feel good. And that may seem vain to some people, but as Black women, it's true, right? Our hair for so long, we've struggled with it and with being able to do with what we want to do with it. So for me, it's been just important to be able to show people we have great quality products that can give you the hair of your life, that can give you these results. Doesn't matter if you're American, if you're African, if you're African American, any of it. We can all have the hair of our life. So we had to literally go over there and put our hands on it and show folks what was going on.
I love that. So my background is marketing. Come on, street team.
Yes.
I have to ask you this because I'm nosy, and because my background is in marketing. How did you choose South Africa versus like South Brixton and London?
Yes. So with my family being from Arkansas, with IsoPlus, we were the largest Black manufacturer of hair care products in the South, as well as the largest manufacturer of aerosol products in the United States. At the time, President Bill Clinton was from Arkansas, and apartheid was ending in 1994.
Okay.
With that, President Bill Clinton invited my grandfather to go into a trade mission because before apartheid, you know, they didn't have access to anything. And he was like, hey, we need Black entrepreneurs to be able to go down there. We can invest, we can help, you know, get you guys started with different things, you know, introduce and open up this economy. So with that, Isoplus was introduced to South Africa. And naturally, at that point, by the time Arganics came around, they call me Lindiwe, which is my Zulu name in South Africa.
I love that.
So
okay.
It's, you know, that was my second home at that point, and it just made natural sense to be able to take these great products to South Africa as well.
So before I go to what I want to talk about next, I have to say kudos to you all, because one thing we always talk about on the show is building generational wealth. And so for your grandfather to have done this, and what year was he doing this?
I mean, he started Isoplus in 1970.
So from the 70s, and then, you know, you guys did sell it, but you came back. It's like, no, let's keep the legacy going.
Yeah.
Kudos, Mary Lee. Thank you for doing that and
Thank
for
you.
showing everyone that we can still do this. Now let's talk about this product that I have right here. Okay. So this is some conditioner, right?
Yes.
Now I'm going to read this label.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I can't see. My friends always make fun of me, but I do see that there's some alcohol in here. What is that about?
So, you know, with some of the common misconceptions is that everything is all created the same. All alcohol is not the same. There are some alcohols that are drying. There are some alcohols that help to open up our hair cuticle to be able to absorb some of these nutrients and vitamins and all great oils and things that are in this product. So that actual alcohol does help to open up the hair cuticle so that it can absorb all of these things that are in the extra virgin olive oil and argan oil. So like your vitamin A, your vitamin E, your omega-3, your omega-6, your omega-9, all of this, all these things that you need to strengthen the integrity of your hair strand. So I always tell people, I know we get so many things in our head based on some of these movies that we've seen or some of this misinformation that we see on the internet. It's okay to like Google some stuff, you know what I mean? And actually read the ingredients. It's called like a certificate of analysis.
Yes.
You can read that on every single ingredient and it'll tell you what the ingredients do. Even they say sometimes like, oh, if you can't pronounce it, it's not good for your hair.
Not always true.
That is not always true.
Not
a
always
lot of
true.
these are
Yeah.
preservatives that just help to protect the integrity of the product. Because the last thing you want to do is spend $20 or $10 or anything on some product, and you take the lid off, and in 6 days, it's got mold on the top of it.
Right.
You know?
Can I smell it?
Yes, you can smell it.
I can't open it.
Oh no!
Okay.
Twist, twist, twist.
I'm twisting, but I feel the conditioner though. I'm gonna smell it later.
It probably
But
seeped out a little
What's the
bit.
fragrance though? What is the fragrance?
All of our products have a really nice, fresh fragrance because for me personally, I do a lot of sweating from between working out. I sweat a lot in my sleep. And one thing that I learned is that if products have a really strong fragrance to them, your hair starts to smell sour. And the last thing you want is your honey smelling up on your head and him being like, oh babe, your hair doesn't smell right. So what I learned is that by going with a more fresh fragrance, something that smells more fresh, more not necessarily floral, but it's just a nice clean scent. Then it just helps to blend a little bit better with our natural pheromones, with your perfume, with anything. It's not going to give you this competing smell. So with everything, it has a really nice, light-ish, you know, fresh fragrance. It's not going to compete and not going to turn sour on you because those fruity smells start to turn sour, honey, and I just can't stand for it.
And can I tell you something that I noticed?
Yes.
And I am not a product junkie. I want to be very clear. The stylist who did my hair originally, who chopped me all off, she's been natural all her life. She said, you buy this, this, and that. She gave me 3 things to buy, and I've been doing that. But what I am noticing is that your jar of conditioner is much larger than a shampoo bottle. Thank you, because we all know you will have this much shampoo left and this much conditioner left.
Yes.
So thank you for knowing that we need conditioner. And something else that my stylist always tells me, I want you to lather this conditioner on your hair like you would lather a relaxer back in the day when you didn't know what you were doing. Because curly hair needs moisture.
Yes.
And that's something that we don't talk about.
Yes, and that's why, again, with that alcohol, particular one that's in there, is because so that our hair can absorb all of that moisture in that conditioner. The last thing you want is some of these conditioners, literally you put it on and then when you rinse it off, it rinses off down the drain. You don't feel any of that conditioning agent that's still on your hair without, not the buildup feeling, but like the butter feeling of your hair. And literally that conditioner makes your hair like butter.
Look, it's on my fingers now.
Look.
Hold on, look.
See, now do a little something.
Just a little twirl.
And people even use it to twist with. People use it and mix it with water like
I
a
love it though. I
leave-in.
can really feel it.
Yes, it's great. It's my favorite item in the line. So between that and the polishing hair serum, I'm like, those are my always go-tos. I use the serum every single day. It leaves my hair moving. It's great.
So where can we find you here in Houston? We know Walmart.
Yes. So select Walmart stores, any of your beauty supply stores. And if you go into your beauty supply store and it's not there, all you have to do is ask, because they can order it from their distributor. So no matter where you go, if you don't see it, just ask and they can easily get it for you. And believe it or not, the beauty supply stores would love to order what it is that you want, because they want to make sure that whenever you come into their store that you're able to get what it is that you want and need. So don't be afraid to ask.
Versus going to a competitor. Now, you have a lot of entrepreneurial experience.
Yes.
If I could ask you one last question before we wrap up, give us some advice for entrepreneurs. And you know what? And not even up and coming, not even, give us some that level, that 2 to 5 year entrepreneur.
I would say if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So just know that it's going to be tough, and that's okay. But if it was easy, everybody would do it. Stick with it. Don't give up. It's not going to happen overnight. Some people it does, but I just said it took me 10 years to land Walmart. So it's not easy, but stay with it. Whenever you feel like you have that calling in your heart and that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, then just know that good things take time. You know what I mean? The earth was not even made in a day. God, how many days ago? You know, so give yourself some time and don't give up. Stick with it.
I'm trying to remember this formula that it's not even a formula. Something that a friend said to me once, when consistency meets opportunity. And that's what it really is with entrepreneurship. So you work on this daily, weekly, however often you're working on it, and then when that perfect opportunity comes, you're ready because you've been doing the work.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mary Lee, for coming in, and thank you for bringing me these products.
Thank you so much for having me, and I cannot wait to hear about how much you love these products, because I know that you will.
And I'm blonde, so I'm gonna be good?
Yeah, the argan oil that's in these products is excellent for protecting hair color.
Perfect.
So anything that has argan oil, you can always know that it's gonna give you that added conditioning and added protection for your colored hair.
Thank you absolutely so much. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. Go and check out these products. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. We'll be right back after this break.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac. Drive the new 2021 Cadillac XT4 Luxury Collection for only $319 a month. The new 2021 Cadillac XT5 Luxury Collection for only $399 a month. Both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase either and enjoy 1.9% APR for 60 months plus bonus cash. Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, my beautiful babies. Did you guys enjoy Mary Lee's story? That was pretty dope, and I have to share my favorite part, and probably as an entrepreneur, is that she worked that Walmart lead from 10 to 11 years. Guys, that took a lot of patience and a lot of consistency. And if you notice what she said, she was doing samplings and continuously perfecting her product throughout those years, and now she finally made it. So whatever you're doing, keep working. The goal is consistency. That's with everything in life, right? You set a goal, and are you guys familiar with SMART goals? It's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's time. So my favorite part of that is something that's measurable. So if you're saying to yourself, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay, how are we going to measure this? Do you want to lose 5 pounds in 2 months? What is the goal? So even in entrepreneurship or whatever you're doing, have a SMART goal and be consistent. Because when consistency meets opportunity, everything just seems to take off at one time. I am a living witness. As always, make sure that you're following us on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at American Star TV. I look forward to seeing you next time. And I'm gonna use these products, so you guys let me know how my hair looks next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.